Shalom to all. Today's daf is Yerushalmi Brachot daf Nun Vav. We are starting about the 10th line with the word beninve, and in the Vilna source daf it's Lamed Hasamad Aleph, the 8th line with that same word beninve. And today's daf is sponsored Leilu Nishmas Mars Miriam Sarah Basab Yaakov Maisha. Her neshama should have an aliyah. And the Gemara says beninve in the city Ninveh. We know about the city Ninveh from Yonah Hanavi. Tzarchon mi'abed tainis basar pescha. They needed to make a tainis after Pesach. Now we know that after Nisan we don't fast for rain in Eretz Yisrael. That's because after Nisan rain is detrimental. However, Ninveh is not in Eretz Yisrael, and they needed rain even during the summer, and there wasn't enough rain, so they needed to make a fast to daven for rain. Also in Shalom the Rabbi, they went to ask Rabbi if they can make a fast. Rabbi told them, you should go make a fast, as long as you don't change the setup or the nature of tefillah, and we know that during the summer we're not supposed to say v'sein talamatar, so Baruch Aleinu, don't say v'sein talamatar, even though you're davening for rain. So Gemara says, where should one say it? Where should one ask for rain? They're having a tinus for rain, so where are they supposed to ask for it? So Rabbi Yirmiyah Savar Meimar, Rabbi Yirmiyah thought to say, I'm Rabbi Shemei Tefillah. They should say v'sein talamatar and Shemei Tefillah. Normally Rabbi Yossi told him, doesn't Rabbi Zaira say in the name of Rav Chana, if someone forgot to ask for rain in Berchas Hashanim and Baruch Aleinu, or they didn't say Mashiv Ruach and Tchias HaMeisem, they make him say it in Shemei Tefillah. And from Rabbi told them, you should go make a fast day, as long as you don't change from the nature of Tefillah. And so we see that it's normal to say v'sein talamatar in Shemei Tefillah as well. So they can't be saying Shemei Tefillah and v'sein talamatar either. So the Gemara asks, Rabbi Yossi Echon Hu Aimra. According to Rabbi Yossi, where would someone from Ninveh say v'sein talamatar? Where would they ask for rain? The Gemara answers b'sheish shehu ma'asif, in the 6th that he adds on during a public fast day. The Chazan in his Chazaras Hashatz would add 6 brachas to Shemona Esrei. It's in those 6 brachas that are added on that the request for rain is added. The Gemara asks, Ad Kedoin Tzibur Sheyesh Lo Sheish. That's good for the Shliach Tzibur because he adds in those 6 brachas. But Yachid She'ein Lo Sheish Minayin. What about a Yachid when he's davening his individual Shemona Esrei? He doesn't have those added 6 brachas, so where does he ask for rain? So Rav Chanina answers, didn't Rav Zecharia say the following in the name of Rav Chana? Yachid shel tzrachim b'shemei tefillah. That an individual, he can ask for all of his personal needs in Shemei Tefillah. Ve'elu tzrachav hein. And this is considered his personal need. He needs rain, so he's allowed to ask in Shemei Tefillah. Now continue to explain our Mishnah. We had said Havdalah b'chein hadas, and there's a 3-way machlokes in our Mishnah. Where in Shemona Esrei do we say Havdalah Motzei Shabbos? Havdalah, as we know, is referring to Hatachain Antanu. Is it said in the middle of the 4th bracha of Hatachainin? Is it said as its own 4th bracha, or is it said in Maidim? So the Gemara tells us, Shimon bar Val Baal Kumei Rabbi Yechanan. Shimon bar Val asked the following question in front of Rabbi Yechanan. Is it possible that we have something which is a minig in Klal Yisrael? Everyone says Havdalah Motzei Shabbos, and all of a sudden the Chachamim are disagreeing on how exactly to go about saying this Havdalah. Everyone says Havdalah Motzei Shabbos, so how could it be that they forgot when exactly we're supposed to be saying Havdalah? So Noval Bezan Top Armalei Rabbi Yechanan told him, since the main Havdalah is to do it on a kais, so Shecho B'Tfilah, they forgot where in Tfilah it's supposed to be said, and that's what the argument's about. Now the Gemara tells us, Milsei Amra Sheikar B'Kais. This statement of Rabbi Yechanan teaches us that the Ikar Havdalah is to say it on a kais, and the Ikar Havdalah is not to say it in Shemona Esrei, and that's why they forgot where in Shemona Esrei it's supposed to be said. Hence we have this machlekes. Now Rav Yaakov Bar Idi B'Shem Rav Yitzchak Ruba Amar, he tells us, Amra B'Kais, if a person said Havdalah on a kais before he davened Shemona Esrei Motzei Shabbos, Amra B'Tfilah, he still has to say it in Tfilah, because the only reason why he said it on a kais before Shemona Esrei is B'Shvil Liskais Hatinai Kais, in order to mezakeh the children hearing Havdalah, so that's why he made it on the kais. But he still has to say it in Shemona Esrei. Now the Gemara tells us, Milsei Amra, this statement of his tells us, Sheikar B'Tfilah, that the Ikar Havdalah Motzei Shabbos is in Tfilah. Now a third opinion on this, Reb Ze'era quotes Rav Yehuda B'Shem Shmuel, Amr B'Kais, Amr B'Tfilah. If a person said Havdalah on a kais, he still has to say it in Tfilah. Amr B'Tfilah, Amr B'Kais. Even if he said it in Tfilah, he still has to say it on a kais. And Milsei Amra, this matter of his tells us, Sheikar Kan Vikan, that the Ikar is to say it both in Shemona Esrei and on a kais. Now continue to explain the Mishnah. Rabbi Lezer Amr B'Haidaya, Rabbi Lezer says that we should say Havdalah in Haidaya, meaning in Maidim. Now Rabbi Yechanan says B'Shem Rabbi, the Matin Rabbi Eliezer b'Yantav Shechal Lias Motzei Shabbos. We're Mata like Rabbi Eliezer when Yantav falls out of Motzei Shabbos. Now the word Matin is important over here. Matin means that we're not going to paskin publicly that this is the halacha, but if an individual comes and asks, where am I supposed to say Havdalah in Shemona Esrei Motzei Shabbos? So we tell him if it's Motzei Shabbos, which is also Yantav, so then you should go like Rabbi Eliezer and say it in Maidim. Now we have a different member, Rabbi Yitzchak Rabbi B'Shem Rabbi. He tells us halacha Rabbi Eliezer b'Yantav Shechal Lias Motzei Shabbos. The halacha is like him, meaning not Matin. We're not just going going to paskin privately for an individual that comes to ask. We're going to paskin publicly that this is the halacha. Now, yet another memra, Rav Yitzchak Bar Nachman b'shem Rav Chanina ben Gamliel, he tells us halacha k'Rabbi Eliezer la'olam. The halacha is always like Rabbi Eliezer, that we're going to say havdalah in maidim. And a similar memra, Rav Avo b'shem Rabbi Elazar, tells us halacha k'Rabbi Eliezer la'olam. Now, Rav Yaakov Bar Acha, Rav Yaakov Bar Acha says, Lav begin to asun tarte shaimin. Are these not two separate things? The proper way of saying what we just learned is begin to Rav Yitzchak Bar Nachman vi Rabbi Elazar tarvehan b'shem Rav Chanina ben Gamliel. They say halacha k'Rabbi Eliezer la'olam. Now, Rav Yaakov Bar Acha changed is as follows. Right before we quote Rav Yaakov Bar Acha, we have Rabbi Avo saying the name of Rabbi Elazar. Now, Rabbi Avo quoting Rabbi Elazar is Rabbi Avo in Amira quoting Rabbi Elazar, who's another Amira. But the statement beforehand is Rav Yitzchak Bar Nachman quoting Rav Chanina ben Gamliel, and Rav Chanina ben Gamliel is a Tana. So Rav Yaakov Bar Acha is telling us is that really it's Rav Yitzchak Bar Nachman and Rabbi Elazar both quoting Rav Chanina ben Gamliel, meaning two Amayraim quoting a Tana that halacha is like Rabbi Eliezer. Now we continue with this. Havdalah b'chen hadas divrei chachamim. The chachamim say that havdalah is supposed to be said in chen hadas. And Rabbi Kiva says Omer bracha revius ba'atzma. It's said as its own fourth bracha. Rav Yaakov Bar Acha b'shem Shmuel, he tells us Omer bracha revius. He also holds that it's a fourth bracha completely on its own. We're now discussing shitas chachamim that we say it as part of the fourth bracha. Rav Yudan. Rav Yudan says Omer matbeya bracha. First he says the matbeya bracha of atachainin. Ba'achar kach, and at the end of the bracha, right before he says Baruch Atah Hashem Chayin Hadas, Mavdil, then he says is Nusach of Avdalah. B'tayik Rabbi, this is like Rabbi. To Rabbi Amar, Rabbi says, Tamani heich bitl Chayin Hadas b'Shabbos. I'm in wonder, how did they nullify Chayin Hadas on Shabbos? A person should be saying the Baruch of Chayin Hadas even on Shabbos, says Rabbi, because in Ein Deya, Tfilah Minayin. If a person doesn't have Das, how could he daven properly? So really on Shabbos, a person should be saying Chayin Hadas. And V'chay, the same thing is, in Ein Deya, Havdalah Minayin. If a person doesn't have proper Das, how could he say Havdalah? So therefore a person should first say the Nusach of Atachainin, and then he should say the Nusach of Havdalah. Now, Rav Yitzchak Bar Elazar, he says differently. Mavdil, first he says Havdalah, then he says Matbeya Bracha of Atachainin. We're going to stop here for the day. Pick up tomorrow, continue to talk about Havdalah and Shemona Esrei. For now, everyone should have a wonderful day.